Hello everyone, we are from Group 7 and this is our presentation about American constitutional law. In this video, we are going to discuss a topic that is fundamental to our understanding of democracy, especially about American constitutional law.
No document in American history can compare with the Declaration of Independence, adopted July 4, 1776, in the place that it holds in the minds and hearts of American citizens. It's far more than the announcement of the birth of a new nation. Everyone can find the key idea about how the American of the generation that free people should live, what from their government should take, and what the natural responsibilities between a government and citizens should be ordered that both order and liberty could be sustained.
The Declaration laid the foundation for the Article of Confederation 1781, the United States' first constitution. Devised and amended in 1787, the article inspired a completely new document, the Constitution, adopted in 1790 in Philadelphia.
The first 10 amendments to the Constitution, known as Bill of Rights 1791, state fundamental rights of any American: freedom of speech, of the press, of worship, assembly, the right of trial by jury, right to be protected against unreasonable search, arrest, and seizure of property.
Perhaps the most striking feature of the Constitution is the prevailing notion of the separation of powers. Clear lines divided the legislative, executive, and judicial branches. A great deal of the power is put in the hands of the President. At the same time, a system of checks and balance provides that no one branch of the government will dominate the others.
The American Constitution is the oldest still in force in the world. The Constitution has been repeatedly amended to meet the changing needs of the nation, but it is still the supreme law of the nation. All government and governmental groups, federal, state, and local must operate within its guidelines.
Americans have the great pride in their Constitution. Under the American Constitution, all power belongs to the people. We the people of the United States in order to form a more powerful union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
The Constitution has served the people of United States admirably for over 200 years, in part because the framers were wise enough to recognize that they could not foresee every problem. Those who followed them thus had the ability to take the document and adapt into new conditions. Other amendments have followed, for the most part that they have expanded the democratic nature of American society by abolishing slavery, widening the suffrage, or making election direct.
Congress is the legislative branch of the federal government. Congress is to provide for the common defense and general welfare of the country. Although the three branches are presumably co-equal, the legislature takes the lead in formulating the structure and duties of the other two branches. No money shall be drawn from the treasury, but in consequence of operations made below. This is one of the legislature's most powerful weapons in overseeing the executive, the power of purse. There are two main components of this power: taxing and spending. Congress possesses broad powers over the nation's economic well-being and political security. It may coin money, incur debts, regulate commerce, establish a post office, issue patents and copyrights, provide for a militia, repel invasions, and suppress rebellions. Congress and enumerated power are not boundless. There are specific limitations of Congress' power noted in Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution. They deal with criminal proceedings, slave trade, taxation, apprehensions, title of notability.
Congress is made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. There are 100 senators to from each state. One-third of the senators are elected every 2 years for 6-year terms of office.
The House has 435 members. They are elected every 2 years for 2 year term. They represent the population of congressional district into which each state is divided. The number of representatives from each state is based upon its population. The candidate who wins the largest number of votes in congressional district is the winner.
Congress makes all laws, and each house of Congress has the power to introduce legislation. If both houses agree, legislation becomes law.
The United States is a federal union of 50 states. There are various levels of American government: federal, state, county, and local. The whole system of American government is based on the principles established in the Constitution and Bill of Rights. All government in the United States is of, by, and for the people.
The Constitution divides the power of the government into 3 branches: the executive, headed by the president; the legislative, which includes both houses of Congress, the Senate and the House of Representatives; and the judicial, which is headed by the Supreme Court.
Member of Congress, the president, state official, and those who govern counties and cities are elected by popular vote.
The state government follow much the same pattern as the federal government. Each has a governor as the chief executive with power divided among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. State governments arrange such affairs as maintaining order, educating children and young adults, and building highway. The federal government deals with regional problems that involve more than one state. Law affecting the daily lives of citizens are enforced by the police in the city and towns. Agents of the Federal Bureau of Investigation track down criminals who cross state border or who break federal laws.
The President of the United States is head of the executive branch. There are numerous executive departments. The Departments of State, headed by the Secretary of State, advises the President on foreign relations. The Treasury Department manages government finance, collects taxes, mints coins and print paper money. The Department of Justice, headed by the Attorney General, deals with legal matters.
The 2 leading parties in the US are the Democrats and the Republicans. There are other minor parties besides a Communist Party and several socialist parties. Minor parties do not play a role in national politics.
The Democrats are thought of as associated with labor, the Republican with business. Democrats tend to favor an active role of the central government in social matters. Republicans tend to oppose the greater involvement of the federal government in public life, which they consider to be responsibility of the states and communities. To distinguish between the parties is often difficult. However, the traditional European terms of right and left or conservative and liberal do not quite fit the American system. Representatives or senators are not bound to a party program if they have been elected as Democrat and the Republican.
Both representatives or senators are elected to serve the interests of the people and areas they represent, that is, their constituencies.
As a result, the political parties have much less actual power than they do in other nations. In the US, the parties cannot win seats which they are then free to fill with party members they have chosen.